A good place to start out with gas is to just point out some fun facts. Let's take a look at some common gases. I'm sure you could list a few. Let's take a look at air, which is a gas, but it's a mixture, so let's think about what it's composed of. Let's think about what happens when you go up, say, to the highest point on Earth, 29,000 feet, or even above that in a plane. What's going to happen as you go higher? And a quick look at the periodic table and which of those elements are gases at room temperature. Common gases include the bimolecular substances such as hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, just about everything on the H-Brancliffe list except bromine, as well as the noble gases, helium, neon, etc. There's lots of common compounds, not necessarily in this order. I think the first ones people would list are things like carbon dioxide, maybe carbon monoxide. Those are probably most of the common ones you'd know about. The acids that you always see in containers like 3 molar HCl is a gas dissolved in a liquid. And that's a list of some of the common compounds. What is air made out of? Well, it's mostly nitrogen, which we cannot respire, so it's considered for us to be an inert gas. And research chemists also oftentimes use it as an inert gas. The rest of it, just about all of it, is oxygen coming in at about 21%. Look at how little else there is. It's only 0.04% that has the rest of the gases, including almost all of it, carbon dioxide, which is 0.04%, and some trace gases. Isn't it amazing with all the discussion about carbon dioxide these days that we're only talking about 0.04% of the atmosphere? Okay, let's also take a look at what happens as you go up and the elements that exist at gases at room temperature. As you go up, the concentration of the gas molecules decrease. The air becomes thinner, right? We go into thin air when you hit 29,000 feet, summit of Mount Everest. You have to go up to about the summit of Denali, also known as, well, formerly known as Mount McKinley, to get about a half an atmosphere. And you better take a plane up to 50,000 feet if you want to get down to 0.2 atmospheres, at which point you will definitely need supplemental oxygen. All of the mountains on planet Earth, all of the tallest ones, have been climbed without supplemental oxygen. It's interesting to note that you can talk about the pressure when you go underwater. This is not gases, but good to know. If we can go up, let's also go down. For every 10 meters you go underwater, the pressure increases by an atmosphere. Some elements, but not many, exist as gases at room temperature in 1 atmosphere. They're shown here, but here they are shown to highlight that most of the elements are solids. There are also a couple liquids, bromine, mercury, for example, but it's a rare case where you have gases that are elemental in nature. Okay, those are some fun facts about gases.